We didn't hear from you after the Burnley match, and you were pretty unhappy at the end of that game, being fined by the FA £8,000. Can you just tell us what actually happened at the end, what was said to you, and how you feel about being fined?
Che è successo con i soldi della per i soldi
The fine was because I was out my technical box, and it was true, and so I have to pay, I think, because it was true. I went there, in my opinion, for a good reason, but I was out, and so I have to pay, of course.
Can you say what was said to you?
Che ti hanno detto dalla panchina del Burnley?
Oh, in my career, I made a lot of mistakes on the pitch, so I can understand very well that sometimes under pressure you can say something that you don't think. And I think that it was a strong discussion, I think, but in my opinion, has to remain on the pitch.
It's a massive match on Sunday, I'm sure you'll agree. Would you say it's must win for United and must not lose for Chelsea?
Non devi perderlo, non devi vincere.
The match is clear. In this moment, is a very important match. Probably is more than important for our target. And so we will try to win, of course, but we need not to lose. It's a very difficult match for both, I think. We have to play against opponents with a very high level of motivation after the Manchester derby, I think. And so a very difficult match. But we have to try. We have two very important targets in the end of our season. The first is the top four. The second, at the moment, is to get the final in Europa League. And for the first target, this match is more than important for us, of course, and also for the opponents.
Can you tell us what the team uses? Obviously, Callum Hudson-Odoi is out for the season. What about Kante, Rudiger, and Alonso? Are they going to be fit for this game?
Rudiger is okay at the moment. We are trying to recover Kante, but I am not sure at the moment. The operation of Carlon went in the right way. I think that he will be back here in 1-2 days. Of course, he needs time now, but Callum is a very strong young man, very strong physically and very strong mentally. So I am sure that he will be able to return better than before.
Some people are billing this match as Pogba against Hazard. You'll have seen that Pogba was in the PFA Team of the Year and Hazard wasn't, even though he's got the most assists in the Premier League and 16 goals. What do you think about that?
I think that Eden deserved to be in the top 11 of the Premier League. But I think also that at the moment the table is clear. There is City, there is Liverpool, and then the other teams. And so I think that the vote was influenced by the table.
Maurizio, do you know how long Callum Hudson-Odoi will be out for? You know how many months it will be?
How long? It depends, of course. For sure 3 months. For sure 3 months. Then we have to see the condition, because you can be able to play, but we need a player at the top. So it depends. The technical period is 3 months, no less.
You say the game on Sunday is more than important. How concerned are you by some of the defending that you've seen from your side recently?
Quanto sei preoccupato dalla difesa che hai detto, da partita che hai visto recentemente della tua squadra?
I think that in the last 2 matches we had the problems with the defensive phase, not with the defensive line, because we conceded 2 goals on set pieces in the last match, and so was involved all the team, and not only the 4 defenders. And against Slavia, we conceded 2 goals with a shoot from 20-25 meters to the goal, and so was involved also the midfielders. I think that we need to defend with more intensity, first of all, with more aggressivity sometimes, and we need to improve in the defensive phase with all the team.
On Manchester United, have you been surprised by how their form has dipped quite alarmingly over the last month or so?
They did very well for 3 months, and probably in the last period they paid something. I think that can happen, but I think that for us on Sunday will be really a very difficult match, because they lost at the derby, and so the level of motivation will be for sure very, very high.
All the teams who are going for the top 4 seem to be struggling at the moment. Is that a coincidence?
All the teams involved in the European competitions. Of course, after 55, 56 matches to play every 3 days, it's very difficult. It's very difficult for us, but it's very difficult for all the teams involved in the European competitions.
I suppose if you're successful, that's what happens, isn't it?
Se è successo questo che succede, se sei una squadra di successo succede quello, fa parte del lavoro.
Yes, of course, but it's a problem, and it's not easy for an English team to solve this problem. It's really very difficult to arrive to get to the final part of the season with the top physical condition, I think.
Okay, last one, John, then we got to
It's
go.
hard for an English club then to win a European competition, say an Italian or a Spanish
È
side.
più difficile per un club inglese di vincere.
Oh, I think so, because in England you have to play more. Probably a Spanish team or an Italian team in this moment of the season has played 48, 49, 50 matches. And here in England we played the match. We will play the match number 57, I think. And 7, 8, 9, 10 matches of difference in this moment is a big difference.
Okay, Moose and then Mark.
Liverpool and Man City are both going to probably end the season with more than 90 points, whoever wins the league. Chelsea are a long way back this year. Have they underachieved?
Chelsea è molto indietro in confronto a loro.
Yes, it's incredible, because Manchester City in the last match, in the last season, gained 100 points, I think, and to gain 100 points in Premier League is really incredible. It's really very difficult, and in this season, two teams. I think that they will finish about 97, 96, 95 points. It's incredible. It's very difficult to cover the gap. Really very difficult. We started to try to improve. In this moment, we are not able to improve in the right way for the results. But I think that we are improving tactically, we are improving mentally, because 2-3 months ago, at the first difficulty of the match, we were not able to fight, to react. And now my feeling is different. Now my feeling is that now we are able to fight, to react. But of course, to cover the gap will be really very difficult for us, but also for the other teams.
How long does Chelsea need to make up that gap? I mean, how long do you need here to make up that gap?
We need to work. We need to improve. Of course, this one is the third season of Guardiola in City, and the fifth, I think, of Klopp in Liverpool. So it's a long way, I think. But in 1-2 seasons, we have to cover the gap.
Okay, last 2 questions in this section, Mark and then Liam. One each.
Maurizio, does Manchester United's position in the table in the race for 4th place affect your game plan for the match on Sunday?
But they have a chance, I think. Of course, they need to win all the last 3 matches. But the match will be very difficult for the situation of the table, but I think also for the result in the Manchester derby, because they will play for sure with a very high level of determination. And so a very difficult match. Is not easy to play in Manchester, of course, against United, because you know very well that they are a great team. But we need to gain points. We need to fight. We need to try in every way.
Last question, Liam.
Maurizio, you've lost 5 of 6 games away from home against other teams in the top 6 this season. How do those experiences affect how you plan for this game?
In the second part of the season, we played with the big 6 away. I think only we had at home only Tottenham. It's not easy to gain points against City, United, Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal away. But we need to take a step forward, because in the second part of the season away we lost too much matches, and sometimes in the wrong way. Not in Liverpool, I think, but in Arsenal, in Tottenham, against the City, of course. So we need to improve. We need to face difficulties, because for sure against these teams away you have to face difficulties. And we need to be able to stay in the match in the 10 minutes of difficulties. And sometimes in the second part of the season, in 10 minutes, we lost the match. So we need to improve.